Yoshi getting the egg lay to start. And already we have Slasher having to call out the shield Monado to escape. Like I said, hard time getting out of that pressure. But true to his name, a solid backslash will steal the advantage away from Houdini. Despite the fact that we could see the stock go pretty quickly. Advantage Slasher, at least for now, he has to get a decent amount of extra credit before it flashes away from him just like that. A relatively unscathed Dinosaur right now, so he's right back in the fray and applying that quick and that up-close pressure that Shulk's going to have a hard time escaping from here. Why we see the reset back in neutral there, but again, another this time a misplaced backslash. But he does escape because he pops the shield Monado, getting him back on the ground quicker, and thus establishing his ground game a lot faster. So Slasher pretty solidly, but a great parry as well. And it's another thing, because Shulk's moves have a high end in terms of lag, any sort of parry move and the fast-paced nature of Yoshi is just going to go like peanut butter and jelly, move in and just apply even more pressure in the skies, nearly taking out from down smash. Great coverage with the up air to take off, or down air rather, but then the up air closer to stage takes it away. Now with 83% on, doesn't need a whole lot, but has to find that advantage. Looking for an opportunity there on the tech get up, goes with one, up air into Nair. Has to use the jump Monado. A little bit of vertical movement that it grants it to get back to stage, but again, waiting for their moment to strike. A Dinosaur, some of that predatory nature from Jurassic Park coming through. Just waiting on that right side, and now converting off the left. Had to get the fight back to main stage, unfortunately. And in terms of percents, it's almost a tie game. But now with the momentum solidly in Slasher's corner, trying to eke away that double jump away from Houdini, but very wisely used. But on stage, different story. Didn't have to worry about the double jump to avoid any pressure there. But another no tech puts Slasher in the depths, and he egg slays him into oblivion. Unbelievable the way the Dinosaurs went out. They returned to fossils, but Slasher headed the other way and going back into the egg of all things, as Houdini steals that one away from a very precariously outplaced Slasher there on that right side. Houdini goes up round one. Fighting now for this round two.
3, 2, 1.
We'll see our competitors get back into it right now, and I believe we are on Smashville. We'll have to see what we have going here. Good little neutral game so far for Slasher. Really hunkering down under that that mid-stage platform. Really setting up that fortress. Egglay interrupts that just a tiny bit, but again, that range of the Monado. Working out to wall out the Yoshi so far, and a left to right, coast to coast combo, and again, that invulnerability of that double jump, surviving Houdini's efforts here, but has to get this stopped pretty soon because Slasher is slowly but surely gaining a lot of momentum in terms of the game state here. That up air, just such a thorn in Houdini's side. Slasher doing a great job leading in with it, using that last right side hit of it to move in. And now with the power Monado in, gets the double hit backslash, finally takes first stock away. Houdini shaking his head. 118. Has to get in close like we talked about before, but that just leaves Slasher with the Buster Monado. Do a little bit of extra credit before the Houdini set up on the left side, escaping from that. Like Houdini himself, though, is Slasher on this right side, calling out the backslash, finding the mark on the Shulk instead of the Monado. And Nair going to send him out yet again. And another, I believe, fair, not the dunk hit, but all told, will still take the stop away. Double egg lay into great rollback, but he has to get some ground game going. Houdini a little pin to that right side, and that's Slasher's cue to move in and apply that pressure. Great back air to seal the duo yet again from main stage. Down down air, double up air. Goes for a second down air after the fact. Find that extra credit pressure. Needs to get this stock claim. Buster going to be a big, big nuisance here for Houdini. And there again comes that up air. That latent hit in that last couple of frames. He started to get momentum in the skies, and he had Slasher use the jump Monado to get out of there. Huge sweep. Houdini starting to grab pressure away from Slasher. Good double parry, and forced Slasher to get in close. Nair was able to do its work. Houdini has to follow up. Good breakout with a double jump, but has to be careful with the landing. Like this full retreat. Nair seals the deal for Slasher's second stock. Houdini has to get a big, big swing here. Trying to bait him, but he popped out of shield just a little too early. And Slasher will even things up going into this game.
The future is ours to decide.
And not that Houdini's not doing a great job on stage, but I think if he can preserve that double jump and really just pressure Slasher off stage, he can at least apply more damage, if not get a very cheeky stock claim that he wasn't expecting, hopefully. Stage picks already set in, both getting hydrated here. Going into round 3 of our last set before top 8, going to small battlefield. And again, because he played a little bit of a platform game, Slasher was just free to use that double hit of that up air. Calls out the quick Buster Monado to escape. 79 damage already tacked on. Cycling through the Monado outs, looking for that smash, and finally finds it. Great utility of that back air for a very quick stock, already just about 30 seconds in. Keeping him at bay again, using that full utility of the disjoint hurt box there. And that's why Houdini, when he finds the opportunity to move in and essentially bite the jugular of the Shulk there, he has to take it to the fullest extent possible. Fight back to main stage. Use of Nair, it is his fastest move in the skies, but it's a little bit of a misplacement of the hurt box. Good call out of the jump Monado and forces Yoshi to go down low. Sends him careening down into the waterfalls. And Houdini knows that it's do or die, at least for the momentum of the whole set count here. So he's starting to get a little more adventurous off stage. I did point out where he might be able to find a cheeky stock there, because he does have to even things up. But the 3-1 stock situation, juggling the sky pretty good, especially with that shield Monado, but keeping him grounded, utilizing that up tilt very, very effectively. And again, resorting to those nairs. Backslash going to seal the deal, a little too cavalier, even though, you know, he saw the writing on the wall. He had to throw it all in the center, bet it all on the line. And at least momentum going forward is in the hands of Slasher, potentially sending one of the invaders here today into our loser side bracket. Slasher hopefully thinking once more into the breach. Going again, it's against Houdini here, going back to where he found victory here, small battlefield. Pretty resounding victory as well. Very, very wide footsie game, but Houdini finds first strike, but again, it was pinned to that right side, nowhere else to run to. Little bit of traction going Slasher's way. He did fall off stage for his efforts there, so that gave Houdini a little bit of breathing room. Trying to use their fares as effectively. Slasher finding the benefit of his own, and quick call out the smash attack with an up tilt, or the smash art with an up tilt rather. Why Houdini went high, Slasher defending to go low with the shield Monado called out. Fair bear getting DBZ sent out there. And they're just trading back and forth hits. Hit for tat here. Going to be a big momentum swing, whoever's going to claim his first stock. And if the opponent... Ooh, first time we saw the counter there. Interesting. Especially with the... staying on that platform. Obviously, you give yourself a greater chance of the counter getting hit, but after the fact, you have little to nowhere to run to after the fact. But again, much like a Mr. Game & Watch up B, the up B call-out from the backslash will give Slasher first advantage here. 114 onto this Shulk, however. Houdini looking for the combo starter. But the Buster Monado getting in work. 71 damage from a few straight hits. I think about 4 or 5 or so. Great parry in the nair. Will seal the deal. Obviously hugging that right side ledge. And another shield Monado calling out, just missing the mark on the follow-up there for Houdini. And a counter finally on platform. Second time around does the trick. Houdini resorting to low recovery. Almost gets caught by that call-out up smash. Surviving by the skin of his teeth. Air dodging back in. Has to get a lot of ground game started. Waiting for his time to move in. Finds so with a double, the multi-hit of down air. It's a pretty hefty string on it as well. Looking for the up air lead up, but very wisely, Slasher had that little bit of a movement increase from the jump Monado again. Really, Slasher just flooding that mid-range with that Monado there, not giving Houdini a chance to find a way to strike in. Betting it all on the farm, not obviously. Slasher being well practiced with his character knows how far to take those fall downs. But Houdini really going for it all, knows that the writing's on the wall, and both had the only one had the stock to play with, and Houdini feeling trapped even by a meteoric fall of that backslash. Will seal the deal 3-1. Just too much of that mid-game Monado was just a little too suffocating for Houdini to get around.